Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here promptly at 2:45 for the announcements of the finalists. I need to let you know that we don't have those finalists chosen yet. They're still working on scoring. The students you all did amazing today. All of your presentations were incredible. Yes. That's a very good thing. You should all be really proud of yourselves, but it makes it really difficult for the judges. So they have to pick 6 teams to move forward. So just be patient. I'm going to turn the music back on so we can listen to Aaron's phone ringing a little bit longer. And we'll get started as soon as we get those envelopes. Thank you for your patience.
move this so they can see your faces.
Sounds like we're closer than usual, doesn't it?
I know, that's the first thing I thought.
That's my number 2 lead pencil. Oh, thank you.
All right, thanks for your patience. As you might imagine, when it's close, it takes a little bit longer to add up for 20 teams. So we really appreciate your patience. Judges, we appreciate your patience. So we're going to get started. The top 6 announcement will be coming here in just a little bit. But first, I want to introduce your panel of judges. We switch them out every so often. So we've got some new faces here. I'm going to introduce them. Hold applause till I've gotten through all 6. We have Lloyd Winnicky, who happens to be the mayor of the city of Evansville, also a proud UE grad. Stephanie Terry, executive director of the Cook Family Children's Museum of Evansville, also a UE grad. Dr. Blair Dineski, IBM technical sales manager, Midwest, and an innovation expert. Stephen Worthington, UE trustee and with Fifth Third retired, also a UE grad. Chris Johnson, talent connection manager and entrepreneurship support, so that's someone you'll want to connect to, with Ivy Tech Community College and the CEO of I Got Boom, LLC. And Tyler was not able to join us today. So we've got our panel of 5 here. You guys got this covered. All right, thank you to our judges. Once again, thank you to Toyota for sponsoring the 9th High School Changemaker Challenge. I think you guys are going to enjoy this afternoon with us. But first, we have a special guest. If you noticed at the movie that we played at the very beginning, we had a student who featured prominently in it due to the Toyota Trinity Stormwater Park, and that's Robert Lopez. Is he in the room? Hey, Robert, come on up. He's going to say just a word or two, literally just a minute. He's been in your shoes. He understands what you're waiting for. But just a minute or two about his journey from being when you are, and to his 5 semesters with Change Lab. So Robert Lopez.
Cool, so I'm on a microphone, guys, so I'm just going to be loud because this is how I did it when I presented. Words of advice are definitely hard to think of. I've been in your shoes twice, and it was just as nerve-wracking and nervous as pretty much both times. I'm nervous up here knowing that you're going to be standing where I'm at, hopefully in less than 10 minutes. So I think the only piece of advice that I'll give you, I'll just kind of give you a little bit of my story. So when I pitched this the first time, Aaron was there at the very beginning and kind of softballed me a project, me and my partner Caroline Amy, because somebody from my school didn't present, and they had presented the previous year. So she says, you have 2 weeks to do it, which is insane. The time I competed, I spent a year working on it, and that didn't feel like long enough. But we ended up going, and there's kind of like these preliminary nights, right, where you come and you do these practices on this stage and the stage in there. And then Zach Parsons, who I don't think is here today, is kind of the last person, one of the last people you talk to, and you give your pitch to him and he runs you through it. And I remember the first time talking to Zach with myself and Caroline, and we just kind of gave him the soft pitch. We didn't make the full presentation. And I remember the first thing he said was, "It's great, but you need more work." And I think that phrase stuck with me for a while. It's great, but you need more work. We presented, we get 3rd place, it's great, but you need more work. We present again, 2nd place, it's great, but you need more work. And you'll hear that a lot. Whether you place 3rd, 2nd, 1st, top 6, non-top 6, you'll hear it a lot. But watching your presentations today, I can't help but feel reminded of the way that I felt about my project was, regardless, top 6, top 20. If you showed up today, if you had a script, if you presented, doesn't matter if you lost the words or if you kept them all the way through, if you forgot a piece of information or you didn't. You made the effort, you showed up, and that's what counts, right? Making it into the top 3, top 6 is amazing, but the fact that you found a project, you found something you're passionate in, and you stuck with it, and you're continuing to work on it, says more about you than anything else ever will. And if you continue that, I don't care what place you make, you'll finish your project, you'll finish strong, and you'll be a better person for it. So, thank you. I love loved all of your presentations. Obviously, I wish there could be a 20-way tie and every one of you made it to the top 6 and everyone got a #1 scholarship. But that unfortunately is not the way that things happen. So good luck. You'll do great. Can't wait to see it. Thank you for your time.
The morning presentation and aren't familiar with this project, thanks to a partnership with the mayor, the Parks Department, and Toyota's title sponsorship. After working on it 6 semesters in a row here at UE, he was able to announce $350,000 in sponsorship for the Toyota Trinity Stormwater Park downtown that's going to filter millions of gallons of water for the city. So just stick with it. We're here for you the whole way. At this point, we're going to do the top 20. Should we go to top 6? Okay, we're going to skip to top 6. Yeah. All right, we're just, in the interest of time, going to get straight there. We have Dr. Orthopedic, Mobile STEM Lab, Ticket to Health, Heroes Among Us, the Canopy, and Quick Sports. So if you guys can come up here, and everyone give them a round of applause, we're going to give you your plaque. And then it's time. Yes, congrats, all of you. And then you'll just take your seat. This will be the competition order. And Dr. Jones, can you come up and help us pass some things out? I'm going to call them off, and then you can just hand them one of those plaques right there with the medal on it. So Dr. Orthopedic, Claire Deerdorf, and Jennifer Vasquez. And just have a seat at one of the tables up here. You're getting ready to go again. Mobile STEM Lab, Max Brigman, Dylan Lynch, and Adam Goffinet. Ticket to Health, Sophie Rodianova and Mariam Adil. Heroes Among Us, Tyler Myers. The Canopy, Emily Rudolph and Ethan Hilton. And Quick Sports, Prab Jayachandran and Kadeen Oberlander, if I'm saying that right. All right, congratulations. Thanks for letting us compress this a little bit so we can get you out of here sort of on time. You have your competition order. I'm going to head down in time for the judges, so we'll go ahead and have our first team come on up. We'll get your presentation ready.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Vasquez.
Hi, I'm Claire Deerdorf.
We're sophomores at Signature School, and we're the co-founders of Dr. Orthopedic. 6 million. 6 million people just alone in the United States break a bone each year, leading them to obtain an orthopedic cast. In addition to this, Indiana is the orthopedic capital, meaning that our state produces the most orthopedic casts in the whole world.
It becomes an everyday struggle for people with casts, not only because they have to have the injury that they have, but they have to take care of their cast as well. Casts are typically made out of fiberglass or plaster. These materials cannot get wet. If these materials do get wet, the water has no route to escape. So it can lead to skin maceration, which is breaking down of the skin, infection, and in severe cases, surgery will be needed. To better understand this problem, we can take a look at the Evansville Promise Zone. The Evansville Promise Zone has a rough population of 22,000 and a poverty rate of 39%. A high number of people in this Promise Zone are living from paycheck to paycheck and are struggling to meet ends meet, especially in these times of inflation. To put the stress of this scenario, to understand the stresses of the scenario, we can kind of do like a little walkthrough. So whenever you do get your orthopedic cast wet, you'll obviously have to make an appointment with the doctor's office, and you will not only have to take time out of work, risking not getting paid, you will have to go to the doctor's office and have the procedure done, and you'll have to end up paying for the procedure itself, the removal of the cast, the new cast, and the doctor's time. And this is a lot of money, all just over taking a shower.
So, we came up with Dr. Orthopedic. Dr. Orthopedic serves as an aid for individuals with orthopedic cast, overall making the recovery process in the cast much easier and less stressful.
Our solution to this problem is a double-layer cast protector made with waterproof and water-resistant fabric used for whenever you're in the shower. It can come either on your foot or your arm, and some key components of our product include that it's reusable because many people have casts ranging from a couple weeks to a couple months, so you can reuse it the whole entire duration of your cast because you do have to take a shower every single day. And additionally, this helps cut back on the plastic waste because many people do use plastic bags to protect it. It is comfortable because, again, you will be using it every single day, so there shouldn't be a hassle in there trying to protect your cast. It is customizable because we do recognize that a large range of our customer persona are children to adolescents because they are the ones who are breaking their bones the most from sports and stuff. So if we have this customizable product, different colors, different designs, it can just help engage the younger audiences and have them feel confidence whenever they're wearing this cast. The high quality part of it is we use double layer protection with waterproof and water resistant fabric. We use membrane fabric and Gore-Tex, which is a little bit pricey, but we have made it so that it can be affordable for all audiences so they don't have to waste so much money going to the doctor's office over getting their cast wet.
Our two largest competitors in the market right now are plastic bags and Dry Pro. Plastic bags found at home to protect the orthopedic cast have a higher tendency of water leaking through, making it unreliable. In addition to this, plastic bags also can be very harmful to the environment, which Dr. Orthopedic will make sure that our product will avoid material that will cause harm to the city of Evansville. Our second well-known competitor, Dry Pro, utilizes a vacuum technology that is aimed towards swimming, not the shower, which is what our product is aimed for. In addition to this, the vacuum technology can make it very hard to shower and maneuver around while taking your shower. Also, Dry Pro is not available at local pharmacies and drugstores. Currently, we have been spending around $20 testing out different types of fabric, such as membrane fabric, Ottertex, which is an alternative for Gore-Tex, and water-resistant fabric. Since we want our cast to be the most affordable, we want our cast to range from $25 to $35. At the moment, since our product isn't out in the market, we do not have any revenue tracked at this moment.
So we have been getting some traction in the past couple months, and the thing that is most important to us right now is getting in contact with local doctors and local orthopedic offices to just to have them just to have meetings with them so we can talk to them about the types of problems that their patients are having, and we can gain their feedback on our product and how to make it better and how we can collaborate with doctors, and hopefully in the future whenever we do launch they will help promote our product to their patients. Additionally, we have done surveys in the past where people with orthopedic casts can submit their experience, and ultimately from these surveys we have learned that most people are using plastic bags and they are unreliable and water does typically leak through. So we do have a viable solution for this. Additionally, we have had 3 prototypes in the past. We brought our 3rd one today, and we still have a lot of things that we do want to change about it, but we can do a little demonstration on how it works for you guys. So this right here is our 3rd prototype, and it's made out of membrane fabric. And so like this can demonstrate shower water, and the water just rolls right out. And in addition, we are trying to compete in as many competitions as possible. So sorry about that. So we are trying to compete at as many competitions as possible to help spread our idea and gain connections with people, including the Innovate Within competition.
By the end of May, we want Dr. Orthopedic to have a finalized prototype. In the following months, we also are going to meet up with our SBDC worker in hopes of getting IP protection for our company. After that, we are hoping to launch our first few products out in our website that is currently undergoing.
Yeah, so we are currently designing our website. That should be done by March. It is a little bit costly, so just trying to come up with that money. And then additionally, we plan to promote ourselves either through social media or especially by word of mouth, especially if these doctors are the ones promoting our product to their patients and saying that this is a solution to something and you don't have to struggle with having a cast. And additionally, we talked about local doctors, meeting with them earlier, and then we had somebody actually make that prototype for us. So we want to make these local connections with either somebody who does teamstry or upholstery to ensure that our product is the best quality possible. So either connecting or collaborating with a local business, or if not, then to make all of our products, then we will have somebody join our team. Thank you so much for your time.
Ladies, thanks for your presentation. So help us understand how these will be distributed. Will they be distributed through doctors' offices, physicians, or will there be a retail outlet like a CVS or Walgreens?
So firstly, we plan on just launching on our website alone, because that is like the main place where you can get it. But we would love it if doctors could collaborate with us on this. So if that is a possibility whenever we do talk to them, that would be great. And additionally, in the future, we do want it to be to like a point where it's cheap enough or it's feasible enough to actually do sell it in like Walmart or CVS, like local drugstores where people can just go and buy it.
What is the production timeline for? You said this was prototype was developed locally. What was the time on producing that prototype?
So we had a seamstress make this product for us. So we made up the design, and it took us like a couple of days, and we brought that design to her. And with the help of her machines, she made that for us under 30 minutes.
You mentioned it was reusable. If properly taken care of, is it reusable for the length of the time that the person has the cast, or do you sell these in 2 or 3 as a packet, or?
So The idea of it was with the combination of the waterproof and water resistant fabric, you wouldn't need to replace it at all. It would just be like a one-time buy, and you just slip it on after every shower and just let it air dry or hang it up or something, and then you can just keep reusing it.
Is this a one-size-fits-all solution, or are you going to need to manufacture different sizes to address the whole market?
So we're going to manufacture different sizes, but at the moment, our product is directed towards children and adolescents, so we're going to make smaller sizes at first, and then in the future, we'll work on producing larger sizes.
Additionally, yeah, it'll be different sizes for, I guess, the foot size, but we are going to be adding a little bit stronger of like elasticity at the top, so it doesn't have to be, it can be like small to medium, like stuff like that.
Sorry, Chris. We're going to do a little light scoring. The next team can go ahead and head forward. Who do we call second? Just want to get comfortable. Andrew, pull up your presentation while they finish up. Judges, you just tell me when you're ready. Good? You got the clicker? You just tell me when you're ready. You can take those out if you want.
So,
And speak pretty close.
hi, I'm Dylan Lynch. I'm a senior at Perry Central High School. I'm interested in computer engineering.
Hi, I'm Adam Goffin. I'm also a senior at Perry Central High School, and I'm interested in computer engineering.
So, this August, we got this project that called the Mobile STEM Lab. And when I tell people that I'm working on a mobile STEM lab, the first thing they ask is, what is a mobile STEM lab? So, a mobile STEM lab carries innovative items, it enhances collaboration, and the big thing is it focuses on a hands-on learning approach. That is something that modern schools are trying to adapt because it sticks with kids much better. And I personally have that kind of experience. In computer engineering, my freshman year, I was given a $500 grant from my teacher to build a desktop. That project would be pretty much life-changing for me as it sparked an interest for me that just took off. I love computers to death. I build my own desktops at home now, and it's great. So, how feasible is this project is the next question people ask, and well, we're actually already working on this project. We've been working on it since August. Toyota and UE has generously donated a Toyota Sienna to us, and our team of 5 engineers, it's not just me and Adam, we're the leaders here, but those 3 other guys really helped get the things going, have been working on this since August. We've been in prototyping for the past couple months, and just this past week or 2, we're actually starting to fabricate things for the van. But why? Why did we choose a STEM lab? STEM labs have the ability to move. Unlike traditional classrooms, everything inside this STEM lab can go to various, normally rural schools around the counties and give kids who would not have that kind of learning opportunity that opportunity.
So the plan is to have a 3D printer with a laser cutter in the back of the van that slides out on the rails, which is what you're seeing in the middle diagram, to give kids a 3-dimensional look at the 3D printer instead of just one face. We'll also have a fold-out leaf on this thing so people can work on projects. And those projects will be held in bins that we will store on shelving on one side of the van, and those bins will hold anywhere from, makey-makeys or maybe balsa wood to build, bridges with and have different challenges for kids to participate in. And the goal is to, like he said, drive around to rural areas where they don't have access to 3D printer or anything like that, and let the kids, spark their imagination.
So this is kind of an idea of what we have for one of these totes. They're very modular. The idea is we can swap them in and out of the van at a very It's yeah. But yeah, it's really modular. The idea is it's interchangeable, and really customizable for the age group. We also are partnered with Benet Brothers. I almost forgot to say that. They are going to help us get this van to be fully powered with solar. The van's still going to drive on gas, but all the electronics inside the van, including the 3D printer, are going to be ran off solar power.
So the 3D printer was given to us by U of E. There's two Changemaker students right there.
And this 3D printer doubles as a laser cutter. So we can teach them 3D printing technologies and laser cutting technologies all in the same day, which is really cool because those kind of devices, they're not something you could find in everyday schools, you know. 3D printers got a very big build plate, so we can print multiple things on it at once, different objects, and then we could do the laser cutting as well to show them different 2D technologies. So a big part that got this project going is our accredited partners. Jacqueline 80 has been a huge help for this project. She is a mechanical engineer at UE. That's her in the middle in front of Adam, and then that's Gordon. You guys wouldn't know him, but he helps design the stuff. Her husband, Justin, has been a huge asset. He is a senior engineering manager at Toyota, and he shows us how to mount things in the van and has really helped with the physical fabrication of things. And then because he's the senior manager, we get all of his other employees to help us too. We meet every Friday with these two people, and they give us progress reports and tell us what we got to work on. We tell them what we're going to work on, et cetera, et cetera. So, disclaimer, we did not make this. UE made this, and I just wanted to show it, give some publicity to what the van will look like as a finished project. And it looks really good. It's going to look great on the roads. It's decked out in UE colors. It'll be awesome.
So obviously a 3D printer and solar panels are not cheap. We already have a grant for that though. We're given $5,000 to work on this project. We're thankful for that.
So the big expense is the Benet Brothers, and we got an estimate for them to come up to Perry County, Indiana from North Carolina to Perry Central and help us install and teach us the 3D printers. It's going to be around, or not 3D printers, solar panels. They do solar panels. It's going to be around $3,000. So we're going to stay well within budget with our biggest expense already out of the way.
So the impact we're hoping to have is reach the rural communities that don't have access to 3D printers or other STEM-related classes. Maybe spark a kid's imagination like hands-on projects did with us. Just show kids what STEM has to offer.
So one of the big places we hope we get to bring this van is these events called Young Women in STEM. So census.gov says only 27% of STEM-related jobs are women. And personally, I'm affected by that because my mom, who's sitting over there in the red, she's a civil engineer. She's UE alumni. And then my girlfriend is also wanting to be a civil engineer. So from my perspective, I don't really get to see that percentage. But with this van, we're hoping that we could potentially make a change to that number. Even if it's minuscule, everything counts. Thank you very much for your consideration.
You mentioned elementary. What actual ages are you targeting on this program?
We could reach anywhere from kindergarten.
The idea is with the totes, we will stop at the headquarters, which is probably going to be UE, and we could just swap all the totes, I don't know where it's at, with items appropriate for that age group. So it's going to be ranging from kindergarten to 6th grade, but nothing's ruling out the possibility of higher aged kids.
What's your estimated lifespan with this van? How long would it last before it had to be replaced?
Probably about the same amount of time as your average vehicle would last. But in terms of the 3D printer and stuff like that, whatever life expectancy is on those.
3D printers normally last around 5 to 10 years. It's a relatively new technology, so it's hard to give an estimate. And then the van that we got donated, I think it had almost 0 miles on it. So it'll last probably however long that translates, 200-something thousand miles.
Hello. Besides sustainability funding, what other challenges are you facing?
Actually, like fitting the 3D printer in the van.
And what we've been working on the past 2 weeks is actually getting the printer to slide out on a roller system. And believe it or not, that thing weighs a lot. It was like 80 pounds, and getting that to stay stable, because we don't want to drop this expensive device, that's been a challenge. But we've figured it out. We've talked to Jacqueline, we've gotten some CAD drawings made, and it's going to work out.
So once you're fully operational, have you factored in where your costs may be to upkeep the vehicle, from replacing consumable supplies, gas, staff, et cetera, to do programming?
We've not factored in any of those supplies, but the biggest expense in my mind would be the electricity from everything on the inside, because obviously there's going to be a CAD laptop in there too. That's going to take electricity, the laser cutter and 3D printer. But the idea is with the totes, everything for the totes should be around here on campus, so those costs should be pretty minimal. And the solar panels are obviously going to cancel out the cost of the electric from everything else. So
I would love to talk with you more. The museum has a similar project and concept as well, all right?
So the $3,000 for those are to purchase the panels?
that is for the purchase and the assistance on the install and whatever teaching they're planning on giving us to help operate it.
You could probably get an IBEW certified or member electrician to donate installation would be my guess.
Thank you very much for your time.
Judges, I'd like to pass something out if that's okay with you.
Sure.
Sophie, it's nice to meet you. Sophie, nice to meet you. Sophie, nice to meet you. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see
Mayor.
you. Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Hello. Hello, my name is Sophie. This is Pathway to Health. This business model will break the language barrier between the doctor and patient. What is the most important thing in life? Something you can't live without. That's right, your health. Without a sound protection of health, you can't work, can't enjoy life, and can't be with those you love. Did you know that there are 30 official spoken languages in Evansville? Now, imagine you don't speak English and you need to go see a physician. That communication between the doctor and patient is essential for an accurate diagnosis. But who's affected? Immigrants, those in poverty, and those without insurance. Did you know that 28.7% of families in Evansville don't have insurance simply due to the language barrier? Now think about it. That is a large portion of our population, and Evansville is growing faster than ever. There are two business streams. There are 7 free clinics in Evansville. This first business stream will be specific for those clinics. It will consist of a multiple choice system, and it will have the 5 most common languages spoken in Evansville. I chose Spanish, Hindu, Ukrainian, Marshallese, and French. And it will have these specialties listed below. You can let me know at the end, and I can tell you specifically why I chose these languages and these specialties. The second business model is tailored towards hospitals and other medical facilities. It will be, all of the forms will be transported to a smart app using artificial intelligence. It will include all 30 languages spoken in Evansville. The nurse and physician will be able to see these answers immediately, and it will include all of the specialties listed.
So how will the patient benefit? The patient is more likely to go and see a physician. Immigrants especially wait until the last minute to see a doctor. Now, unfortunately, the time passed can be a matter of life or death. This makes filling out necessary paperwork easy and efficient for the patient. It's faster and smoother communication, and the communication will be extended to pharmacies, guaranteeing that the patient understands their prescribed treatment. The patient can see family and get back to work to provide for the family faster using this system. So how does the doctor benefit? The nurse and or medical office retrieve accurate paperwork from the patient in a timely manner. A doctor will have several patients scheduled for the day. Now, it usually takes a nurse about 15 minutes to get all of the necessary information from a patient. Now, what if the patient doesn't speak English? That makes it much more complicated and more time-consuming. But if the doctor has other patients waiting in line, everything gets shifted. This prevents misdiagnosis, and doctors will be protected from making errors that were simply caused by a miscommunication. Insurance companies, they spend less money on extensive treatments because the diseases are caught earlier on because the patients come and visit the hospital and don't fear the communication. The doctor is able to see more patients. He will be able to save more time, more lives. And in medicine, time is money. This is the original sketch that I drew when I came up with the idea. Let's connect the dots. We will be with the patient from step one, the moment they step into the hospital. It will go from the doctor's office to the doctor to the pharmacy. And here is what is important. The patient will not only understand what is wrong, but they will understand the correct course of treatment and how to take that medication prescribed. Many times the medication is written in Latin, and it's these long words that even I sometimes can't pronounce. We will ensure that the pharmacy explains to the patient how to use the medicine, when to use it, how many times a day. It will explain the risks. And it will all lead back to the office when the patient comes to the doctor for another checkup to ensure that the medicine or proper treatment is working. Here's a sample of the medical history form. It's translated to Ukrainian. It is located in the envelopes I passed out to you. I personally translated this one, so the English is on top and the Ukrainian is on the bottom. This is a sample of an allergology form. I know from experience that when you have allergies, you get a very long list of extensive names, things that you're allergic to. Now, this ensures that the patient understands exactly what they're allergic to and understands the correct course of treatment, which is written in the paragraph below. This is a sample of a prescription that a patient would receive from a pharmacy. This is also translated into Ukrainian language. Now, let's imagine you're getting an eye exam. Judges, I've passed you out a form. Yes, Mayor, that is correct, that form. Now, let's see. What is the lowest letter you can read? Got it? Okay, now flip over the paper. Congratulations, you just read letters in Ukrainian. This is a simulation of how this would work and how important it is. Imagine not even being able to pass a vision exam due to the language. Vision is essential in our life, and that proves how the system would work. Where will these services be used? It will be a subscription service for hospitals, but free for the volunteer clinics, the 7 that we have in Evansville. We'll see it in hospitals, specialists, urgent care, the Minute Clinic, and pharmacies. This will affect entire Evansville. It will lower the total medical costs for our community, saving money towards new technologies in medicine. Less time will be lost in businesses for sick employees. It will attract more people to the community, and our population will overall be healthier. Lastly, a healthier community makes for a happier Evansville. So how can we help? By collaborating with bilingual students and faculty, we will be able to make this dream a reality. Together, we can make a difference, starting here, now, in our own community. Are you with me? Thank you.
So how do I know this app is available? How will you market it and make sure that there's appropriate community outreach so folks know that it's available?
Yes, I did forget to mention, the app online, I would want it to be either in the system built in already into hospitals, which, if it goes back, hospitals, they use My Chart, which is where the patients can locate their current medication, the upcoming schedule, and actually there's a section for COVID. So all they would have to do is click right here, where there would be a translation option, and that app would automatically, based off of their first question, it would generate questions that are similar to that in the language that they choose. It could be part of that, and in pharmacies, it would be the same. It would be a part of their already built-in system. If not, it can be available in the App Store to download, and the patient and the doctor will be able to download it. It would work in that shape.
So in terms of expenses, are you just talking about the build out of the app? Is that your greatest expense?
Yes, that is my greatest expense, and I wanted to make a big impact. I wanted to leave a mark on this community, to give back, because it's given so much to me. And so I reached out to a school in Ukraine. It's a computer science school programming, and I got into contact with one of the students, and I told him about my plan, and he's very excited to program the app, or at least collaborate with another company here in the United States to program this app. It gives them something to do, and it's good for his school, but unfortunately due to the war, he only has about 3 hours of electricity in his home, so it has been a little bit difficult to keep in contact with him, but I did get in contact with him recently. So I believe that just a few more weeks and I could get the numbers and the extra details. But I want to make it as affordable as possible for the hospital.
Are there currently any apps in the store now, like Apple,
No.
Android?
I volunteer at Mashifa Clinic and St. Vincent Hospital, and there isn't a translation service like this. I was actually surprised when I heard that, and that is why I want to create this, because I think that this little simple thing will have such a big impact on our result. Okay, thank you for your time, judges.
Thank you.
Judges, may I please collect your cards? Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, my friend. Nice to meet you. Thank you. Nice to see you.
Who comes to mind when you think of your hero? When I ask this question, I often hear of superheroes, like Spider-Man or Batman. My hero may surprise you. Meet Brantley. Brantley is a rambunctious 7-year-old boy. He loves many of the same things other kids do, but Brantley has a secret. He pushes every day to overcome invisible disabilities. Things like bright lights, loud noises, and peculiar odors can be very overstimulating. Now, Brantley does not see himself as having a disability. He sees himself as a superhero with special powers like supersonic senses. I've got news for you. There are many more superheroes just like Brantley walking among us every day. In fact, 1 in every 6 individuals has a sensory need or invisible disability. Indiana has the 13th highest autism rate in the United States, and Vanderbilt County has one of the state's highest cognitive disability rates. We have the opportunity to help out so many others just like Brantley. Let me show you how. Last year, I founded a nonprofit called Sensory Inclusion Charity Corp and began increasing awareness of invisible disabilities. I also partnered with several venues to equip them with sensory swag bags. These bags contain items such as noise-canceling headphones and various fidgets that are intended to assist individuals with sensory needs. The initial amount of support has been overwhelming. Collectively, the venues that have already partnered with Sensory Inclusion to provide patrons with sensory swag bags host over 500,000 annual visitors. Now, our work is not done. I'm currently working to provide innovative solutions to schools, such as providing bracelets that visually alert educators when a child has a need. However, the initiative I'm here to share with you today is an app that educates kids about invisible disabilities. I'm excited to introduce Heroes Among Us, which will serve as an interactive app that equips schools with the curriculum to educate kids about sensory needs. It aims to provide a fun way to educate kids about how to recognize and help heroes who may have superpowers, such as supersonic hearing. The app opens with a visual storyboard introducing students to 5 superheroes who each have unique superpowers. The storyboard is intended to engage students and explain to them that the superheroes need their help. Now, I want to note that I did not create this graphic. It is simply intended to give you an overall look and feel of the screens students will see. Students will complete a variety of challenges by clicking on the SI icons, and upon completion of each challenge, they will receive an item to fill their sensory swag bag. Once their bag is full, they will be able to equip superheroes within our community. The challenges will be fun, but educational in nature, all while teaching students about the signs of overstimulation. For example, students may work their way through a maze to earn a fidget, or they may be asked to spot sensory items in an I Spy game. Upon completion of the course, students will be issued a certificate to congratulate and encourage them to continue applying their newfound skills. Students will have an opportunity to discuss their newfound skills and how to apply them in real-world scenarios. Each class that completes the curriculum will choose a venue that serves Evansville's Promise Zone to place a sensory swag bag, donated by Sensory Inclusion. Not only will they be learning about invisible disabilities, but they will know that they contributed to equipping others when they attend venues within our community. The target market for Heroes Among Us curriculum will be students in kindergarten through the 5th grade. We'll be partnering with several schools and nonprofits to pilot the app, placing a special emphasis on those who serve residents throughout Evansville's Promise Zone. Although I've begun the initial design, I intend to enlist in the help of other innovators to complete the app. Our goal is to keep the animation simple and costs low. BuildBox 3 is a low-cost platform that supports game development with no coding. In fact, the initial build cost is projected at or below $5,000. Because of the simple design, our timeline to roll out the app is relatively quick. The design and build phase will take place throughout the summer and fall of this year, with the goal to pilot the app in the spring of 2024. We've already received interest from numerous nonprofits and schools, so we'll be collecting their feedback during this time. We've also allowed for a check and adjust period in the summer of 2024 and intend to formally roll out the app later that fall. As I mentioned, a number of organizations have already committed to participating in the program. Several others have expressed heavy interest in learning more. Our community has worked hard to become more inclusive for those with invisible disabilities. However, our work is not done. I stand before you today to ask that you join me in my mission to continue to increase awareness of invisible disabilities and to remind our community that E really is for everyone. Thank you.
So what are your projected ongoing costs? And are those going to be fully funded by donations? Or are you looking for corporate sponsors?
Yeah, so thus far, we have a little bit of capital saved up from various fundraisers. Our most recent fundraiser, Old National Bank employees raffled off a TV in which we raised $1,500 for. So we have various fundraisers planned like that. For ongoing costs, BuildBox 3, as I mentioned, is a very low-cost platform, and their annual subscription price is $200 a year. The reason the projection is at $5,000 is because there are pre-designed kind of art that other innovators create, and you can drag and drop those for small fees. So quite honestly, the $5,000 projection is hopefully an over projection.
Have you developed or will you develop a curriculum to go along with the interactive app?
Yes, most definitely. One of the most important things here is we have to kind of educate the teachers a little bit as well with this. We can't just kind of hand off an app to schools and say, have fun with it. So we're also developing an actual curriculum in which we're partnering with several other nonprofits within Southern Indiana that are heavily involved in disability inclusion already. Thank you guys so much.
Ideas are solid. This is awesome. Yeah.
Does this? Got it. Hello? Sweet. I'm gonna bring it up a little higher. Before we start, I'd like to thank the judges for coming out. I really appreciate you guys hearing us.
All right. Hi, I'm Emily Rudolph from New Tech Institute.
And I'm Ethan Hilton from Signature School.
And welcome to our project, the Canopy. We're here to present a solution to a growing problem, the depletion of our world's energy supply.
According to the MOB, a Stanford initiative, the world's oil reserves will run out by 2052, natural gas by 2060, and coal by 2090.
Yet, according to the EIA, 93% of Indiana's electricity comes from natural gas and coal, and only the other 6.5% are from renewable resources.
And this is not just a problem on a global scale or even a statewide scale, but also within our own community.
Just a few miles northwest of us, you'll see one of the country's largest coal-fired power plants. And if you go east, there's another. In fact, nearly every direction you go will take you to a coal plant, 7 within just 30 miles.
And this type of pollution does affect the population. We consistently break an air quality index of 100, meaning that even healthy individuals may experience difficulty breathing and throat irritation with prolonged outdoor exposure. Plume Labs, in accordance with EPA and World Health Organization, they had a simple recommendation for Evansville residents: limit outdoor activity.
As a community in this beautiful city, we should actively strive for a cleaner Evansville. We need to cut down on greenhouse gas emissions and act on our city's environmental future.
And here lies the value and innovation of our idea, the Canopy. Or as we like to call it, a solar panel-plated sun-protected climate-controlling cost-cutting carport. Now, it's a solar energy system that combines a carport structure with solar panels to generate electricity while providing shading and protection for parked vehicles. Implementing solar panels on top of the carport is an efficient solution for clean energy generation, vehicle protection, and safe parking.
We chose ASV Evansville Hospital because they are dedicated to improving the health and well-being of the communities they serve, many of which are in promise zone areas, where the hospital's mission is to provide accessible, high-quality health care to all, regardless of their ability to pay.
Now, this smart and sustainable investment not only helps the hospital lead by example in the community, but also enables the hospital to reallocate funds to provide more affordable healthcare services to underserved populations.
The Canopy addresses multiple issues such as climate change, affordable health care, and the health of the community. It generates clean electricity, effectively cutting down on the hospital's energy costs and dependence on fossil fuels.
And it also positively impacts citizens' health by reducing air pollution, which can improve public health in Evansville, which is already impacted by high levels of pollution. The hospital can reduce its energy costs and carbon footprint, which allows ASV to reallocate the savings from the Canopy to provide more affordable healthcare services to underserved populations. Actually, one of the main reasons why we decided to partner with ASV is because they're one of the few healthcare organizations in the U.S. that's nonprofit, and they give a large portion of their profits every single year into paying down the healthcare bills for the underserved and uninsured.
The Canopy is not only an innovative solution, but it's investment that promotes sustainability.
Now, we propose that the Canopy be in front of the neurosurgical building's parking lot, being a high-traffic area for patients, visitors, and staff. It's the ideal location for the solar canopy as it receives a significant amount of sun exposure.
It would also provide shade and protection for parked cars, making the parking experience more comfortable for visitors and patients, especially for those that are handicapped, as there are 21 handicap spaces covered. We were quoted that this project will generate more than 370,000 kilowatt hours per year. To give some perspective, that's equivalent to an MRI machine running 23,000 times, or a CT machine running more than 320,000 times, or 206 patients on life support. And if that still doesn't give you enough perspective, it's also equivalent to the electricity usage of a small town of 298 people living in four-person households.
Now, let's talk costs. The Canopy, according to Lumos Solar, a company that specializes in solar panel projects, will cost around $1.29 million to manufacture. In terms of construction, we wanted to look local, so we spoke with the local company Danco. It's a local healthcare certified construction company, which will charge us around $106,000 for installation. That comes out to about $1.4 million. That's not too bad.
However, this project is eligible for a $61,000 incentive from CenterPoint Energy.
That's great.
But wait, the Canopy qualifies for the Department of Energy's direct pay program, letting us be eligible for an additional $387,000. And this project is also eligible for a 36% investment tax credit, or $465,000. This is thanks to a program instituted by the U.S. Congress as part of the Energy Policy Act.
Holy smokes. That means that the total project will cost only about $484,000.
Actually, one last thing. The Canopy is eligible for an additional $258,000 from the direct pay program, making the total possibly $226,000.
Now, we've been quoted that over the next 20 years, the Canopy is estimated to have a financial impact of $2.9 million, paying itself off in less than 7 years, and afterwards saving $70,000 annually, which is the equivalent of the hospital earning just about an additional $1.4 million in revenue every year.
This project is not only a sustainable solution for our hospitals, but it also aligns with Ascension's commitment to reach a net zero carbon emissions by 2040. We are proud to announce that we are already working on a roadmap for the next 18 months that will make this a reality. Our plan is to make the Evansville project official on Earth Day, April 22nd, a day dedicated to raising awareness about the environmental issues and encouraging action to protect the planet. By mid-2024, we expect to have the first canopy installed and operational.
And we're in active talks with Ascension to expand this project to other local locations and potentially all 500 locations across the U.S. This will not only lower the carbon emissions here in Evansville, but will have a significant impact on reducing emissions nationwide. Now, this project is not only a smart investment for our hospital, but also a step towards a more sustainable future for everyone. By implementing this innovative solution, we can lead by example and set a standard for more healthcare providers in the region to follow.
We have sought out all available federal and local incentives to offset the cost of this project, but we're not stopping there. Our team has researched and identified 3 potential grants that could provide additional financial support and make this project even more affordable.
The Canopy is a simple yet innovative solution that has the potential to make a significant impact on the environment. By installing solar panel-plated carports at our hospital, we can generate clean electricity, reduce our carbon footprint, and create a safer and more comfortable parking experience for our patients, visitors, and staff. But the potential for this project extends far beyond just our hospital. By partnering with us, the University of Evansville has the opportunity to be at the forefront of a movement that will change the way healthcare providers think about sustainability. And by attaching their name to the Canopy, they can also be a part of something bigger than just one community. They can be part of a movement that will make a real impact, not just by installing a solar panel-plated carport, but by showing that even smaller steps towards sustainability can have a big impact. Thank you.
We'd like to thank all the people that have helped us on this project, especially the team at Ascension St. Vincent, whom we're in ongoing communication with.
Yeah, actually, speaking of that, yesterday we pitched this to their national green team, and they really liked the idea. The green team is an initiative that Ascension made so they can hit the 2040 carbon emissions, zero net emissions by 2040. And they actually loved the idea so much that we're meeting with their leadership again tomorrow, actually, to pitch this idea further. Questions?
So why did you start with the hospital and not like the airport or another place that has big parking lots?
So the difference with the hospital is that it benefits the people as well. So as Ethan said earlier, the hospital's extra funding that they save throughout the year actually feeds back into paying off people's hospital bills that can't afford it. So doing this at specifically Ascension St. Vincent means that the project will benefit the people and not just save electricity.
And also, you mentioned the airport. This is actually where, obviously, inspiration came from. We have seen the success that has came out of this specific airport. I mean, for example, average nuclear power plant generates 4.5 gigawatt hours a year, and this project generates 1.9 gigawatt hours. And then their financials were incredible as well. Obviously, they had a large amount of funding, paid that down. So large financial impact, big economic and ecological and economic. It's good. It's good. Is that fair? Is that good?
That's fair. So actually, at the time of that installation of the airport, it was the second largest such facility at an airport in the United States. So just to be clear, Ascension is considering whether it will move forward or not. Will their decision be predicated upon the grants? The phrase you used several times was grant eligible. Might they proceed even if grants aren't awarded?
So actually, a few months ago, we pitched this for the first time to them. And at the time, we hadn't really spoke with any tax consultants, and our numbers were at $1.7 million. And they still considered it. They were like, yeah, I mean, I think I could see that working. And then we came back and said it was 224, and they were, in awe. And so I believe so, yes.
Yeah, and even if we don't get all of this, because most of the financial help that we're going to get is stuff that we're eligible for that we should get, but even if we don't, we've already talked to Ascension St. Vincent, and they are completely fine with the price that it was before. So any benefits we get are really just offsetting the costs more. Yeah, so it's not an issue that we see, at least.
Would this not benefit for-profit corporations?
It would benefit all places because it's saving electricity costs and saving carbon emissions no matter where you put it. It's just the benefit with the not-for-profit hospital is that the money is given back to patients, whereas we haven't really looked into the private for-profit hospitals, but I would assume that extra money would just go to to whoever gets profits already.
And I think also what you're saying is, yeah, all businesses should absolutely be installing this. I mean, I can think of at least 20 different places in Evansville alone off the top of my head that have giant unused parking lots that could definitely be used to generate electricity through solar. We just started with ASV because we love what they do with any costs saved goes directly to paying down their constituents' bills, and of course, right next to the Promise Zone, that's fantastic.
Yeah, and if it goes well at Ascension St. Vincent's, I mean, the Canopy can easily do more calculations and spread to more businesses. The difference is that with this, you have a little bit more financial help because it's a nonprofit and because it would benefit people. That's where we're getting a lot of our extra funds from. So we just have to tweak the numbers, but I mean, we could put this anywhere in Evansville. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Prob.
I'm Caden.
We are Quick Sports. I'd like for you to draw your attention to the two maps on the right side of the screen. What you're seeing is data from the CDC showing the obesity trend in the USA. In just 30 years, we went from 0 states with over a 20% obesity rate to 0 states with under a 35% obesity rate, with a current national obesity rate of 42%, higher than it's ever been in our history. And this isn't just a national issue. Since 1975, the world obesity rate has tripled. So with America's horrifying obesity rate and millions of deaths around the world every year due to diseases caused by obesity, we knew we had to contribute in the fight against this pandemic, and we're doing so through sports. Playing sports is a fun, social, and all-around beneficial form of physical activity which has been proven to be successful in maintaining good health and combating obesity. However, in recent times, there's been a steep decline in the participation in sports, as much as a 10% decrease in the past decade. And during COVID, close to half of Americans gained more weight than they intended, on average 30 whole pounds, making this issue more relevant and urgent than ever. When we thought long and hard about what's causing this decline in sports participation, we realized this. In this age where everyone wants things as quick and easy as possible, there's just no fast and simple way to find a group to play sports with. I'll give you guys an example. Just recently, I wanted to play a 5v5 game of basketball, which needed 10 people, so I had to do it the slow way. I individually messaged 10 of my friends, had to message a few group chats, post on a few social media sites, and with all the song and dance, I got a grand total of 3 people wanting to play. And we figured we'd just get to the court and hope people are there to play. But there was just one other person. But the thing is, there are always people available to play, but either they get to the court at a different time, or they're at a similar court just 2 minutes away, but neither party knows about it, so we can't connect, and that day we could not play that 5v5 game of basketball. The more I asked around, the more I realized this was a big issue that all the recreational sports players around me were facing. There just had to be a better way. Our solution tackles the difficulty of playing team sports and the increasing obesity rates while utilizing social media technology to create our app, Quick Sports. Players can create a sports match, join sports matches created by other users, and find users near them to connect and play with. Quick Sports makes the process of playing team sports simple, quick, and just frictionless. In this day and age where most apps encourage people to just sit at home and talk to a screen, Quick Sports hopes to reverse this trend, increasing the in-person social connection and the exercise we all could use a whole lot more of. I'll show you guys exactly how it works now. On the first screen, you can see our map displaying all the sports locations near you. When you click on a location, on the second screen, you can see the location details as well as all the events others have created at that location. If the current existing times don't work for you, you can create your own event by inputting your wanted details such as date, time, player count, player age group, and more, and press submit for everyone around you to see and join. When joining an event, on the third screen, you can see the event details, and when you confirm you want to join, on the fourth screen, you're put into a group chat with everyone else in your event so you can coordinate your playtime much better. Our current competitors consist of social media apps which are highly ineffective in solving this problem. There's Facebook with really large unorganized groups, WhatsApp which is restricted to your social circle, and Instagram which is not niche enough for sports. It's hard to find people near you. And the overarching problem with all of these is that it's so hard to find a date and time that works for everyone. By combining the sports niche, location technology, and social media features, Quick Sports distinguishes itself. It's an app that every sports player must have in order to find the best sports location, find social connection, and get exercising on the field as fast as possible.
For Quick Sports' current market, through our social media analysis, we estimate that there are 30 million Americans who are both overweight and have an interest in sports. Currently, there are 40 million Americans who play recreational sports and 70 million Americans who play organized sports. We plan to market through talking with schools and sports clubs, as well as social media advertising, but most importantly, influencer ads. Influencer ads are a highly effective form of marketing where we contact a content creator and pay them to make a short video or post explaining Quick Sports and telling their followers to download it, allowing us to easily market towards our target demographics. Our costs include the cost of publishing our app to the App Store, collecting sporting locations from Google Maps, Google Cloud Storage, and marketing. Assuming 5,000 daily players, we expect to spend $750 a month on marketing and $20 a month on Google Cloud Storage and publishing. totaling $770 a month, which is extremely cheap for an app, as notice there's no cost of development or freelancing, as all the coding is done in-house by my co-founder and I. Our revenue model is based off of ads using Google's AdMob software, where Google ensures that the ads users see are unique and personalized for them, nothing like the spam seen typically on most websites. Again, assuming 5,000 daily users and 10 ads per session, we expect to be making $8,100 in revenue with $770 in costs. And our future revenue streams include paid Quick Sports bookings and Quick Sports Premium, removing ads for the user. In the column on the left, you can see all the features which we have implemented today. And in the column on the middle, those are the features which are currently under development. I would like to highlight the sports organization features. These will allow managers and coaches to create their own Quick Sports locations and events exclusively for their players and members, as well as team group chats for efficient and simple communication. This will take Quick Sports to the next level, making it the go-to app not just for recreational players, but also for coaches and team players alike. And in the future, we're looking forward to implementing activity trackers, as well as post-event activities and gamification, which will give users points for playing sports, allowing for some friendly competition. Currently, Quick Sports is in both the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store, and after 5 days of releasing our final version, we broke through the 100 user milestone before running any media campaigns.
We'd like to finish by saying this. Quick Sports is more than just an app. It's a movement. Today, we're changing the way people find friends and play sports in an attempt to fight modern-day crises and create a healthier and more sociable tomorrow. Thank you for your time.
So friends are normally your trusted circle. How would you go about marketing that this is a safe app to use to connect with people that you don't normally connect with?
Of course. Well, a big part of that is that right now a lot of recreational sports players just want to play pickup games. So for most of them, it doesn't matter like who they're playing with, and like they just want to meet new people and get out there and play. And one of the important things our app does is that often recreational players meet great people on the sports field or court, but it's too awkward to ask for their information the first time, right? So you can't make friends there. So on our app, you can see the user and you can meet with them later and later on. So if you want to meet with them again, you can do that. But we do understand the safety concerns of possibly, meeting random people you don't want to. And so for that, in every single group chat, there's an admin account monitoring what the users say, and we will be adding integrations to make sure if anything inappropriate is said in group chats, that gets tracked and the inappropriate user is suspended.
There will also be blocking as well as reporting features.
So a lot of people who are out of shape don't play because they're intimidated. So what does your app do to help people who are looking for a recreational game not show up to a game with Division I athletes?
That was my question.
So you're basically asking like if overweight people want to play, they feel intimidated by not going out there. Well, this will be a sustained effort in marketing to really get that that consumer base out there, because I do completely understand the issues. That will be a complete marketing effort through creating ads, creating social media posts. We'll be contacting possibly overweight influencers who have an interest in sports, because there are many people out there like that on TikTok, especially TikTok, which are really big. So by contacting those people, they'll have a follower base who are similar to them in personality, perhaps body type. So by contacting them and having them post and tell their users, we'll be easily contacting that user base.
I would just also suggest adding being able to determine your skill level so that people who are not superstars are not intimidated to show up.
That's a feature we can easily add, like by asking the user what their skill level is, to rate it on a scale of 1 through 10, and have that display on their profile.
Or could you have others vote? For instance, like let's say I play with you all, I might give him a 10 playing football.
We could definitely do that. That's one of the things we're working on in our for group chat features, right? That could be a part. So when a user finishes an out game, a voting pops up, to rate players on a scale of 1 through 10. And this also comes into where we said I don't know why that's not working, but we said post-activity events. So it's basically if you finish playing your sport and you want to go somewhere afterwards, let's have a voting system on our app. like maybe showing the nearby popular places so everyone in your sports event can just easily vote. So that's one of the features we're working on right now.
So, yep, that's it for this round. The judges are going to be escorted back to the scoring area, and we'll meet back in here in as soon as we're done to announce the top 3 award winners. Thank you. Good job, everybody. You all did remarkable.
Follow me. You want to do that part, or do you want to do that
Nope.
part and I do this?
I am ready to go. You all ready?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Here we are. Judges have returned. I have some envelopes and some announcements to make. Before we get to that, I want to say congratulations to all of you that are here today. You all did such a remarkable job. This was a long, arduous day at the end of months of hard work and preparation, and you knocked it out of the park. You should all be very proud of yourselves. So what comes next is that I will be announcing the winners of the competition. We only have 3 sets of scholarships to give out, so I think you all know what that means. I want to say, regardless of the results from today's competition, you should all be deeply proud. We're proud of you and inspired by you. That's why you were chosen to be here today. The ideas you've developed over the past few months and shared with us today are some of the most innovative, thought-provoking, and life-changing projects we've heard. And I've been struck by the kindness and care that you have brought to your projects. The University of Evansville's mission, as you have heard a lot and probably seen out on campus, is to empower each student to think critically, act bravely, serve responsibly, and live meaningfully in a changing world. A mission that you are all living right now. From the moment you connect with UE, you can pursue your passions and shape powerful change in our local community and beyond. I want to encourage all of you to continue pursuing your innovative ideas that will make this world a better place, better for everyone. And you can do that right here at the University of Evansville. Over the years, we've had more than 80 competitors choose to come to UE, whether or not they won a scholarship. And we currently have around 200 students all across campus working in change labs right now, where they're earning college credit for working through projects a lot like the ones you all have proposed today. And before I move on, I want to share some lyrics from Biggie Smalls. Stay far from timid. Only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. And now I'd like to welcome a couple of people up to the stage. Dr. Jill Griffin. She is our Vice President for Enrollment and Marketing. And Kenton Hargis. He's the Senior Director of Admission here at UE. And Erin Lewis is our Executive Director for the Center for Innovation and Change. She helped me work to put on this event for you all today. When I call your name, I'd like to ask each team and the coach, if you have the coach with you, if they'd like to come up, receive your trophy, and stay for a photo with these fine folks. I will start with the 3rd place winner. This team will be awarded $23,000 scholarship to UE for 4 years. And that team is Quick Sports, Prab Jayachandran and Caden Oberlander. Congratulations, guys. Second place winner, the team will receive a $27,000 UE scholarship for 4 years. And this award goes to Ticket to Health, Sophie Rodionova. Congratulations, Sophie. All right, the first place winner of the 2023 High School Changemaker Challenge and the recipient of full tuition to the University of Evansville for 4 years is Tyler Myers with Heroes Among Us. Congratulations, Tyler. And I'll close by thanking our partners at Toyota for showing the impact a company can have when it partners with youth. Thank you to all of our exceptional finalists. Thank you to our judges. Be proud of yourself. Stay far from timid. And on behalf of the University of Evansville, I invite you to pursue your college career with us, where you can continue your efforts in creating positive change. Thank you, and congratulations to all our winners.